Long, long ago, under a sky painted with countless twinkling stars, lived a kind man named Abraham. God had made a wonderful promise to Abraham, a promise as vast as the night sky itself. He promised Abraham that he would have a very big family, like the countless stars above. Years passed, and Abraham and his dear wife Sarah were blessed with a very special son. They named their precious boy Isaac, and he brought so much joy into their lives. Isaac was a happy, playful child, his laughter echoing sweetly near their home. He loved to play and explore near their cozy tent, nestled in the warm, peaceful desert. Abraham loved Isaac more than words could ever express, cherishing every single moment with his son. One day, God spoke to Abraham, asking him to trust him in a very big and important way. God asked Abraham to take Isaac to a special mountain, a place he would show him. With a heart full of trust and obedience, Abraham began to prepare for their journey. He gathered everything they would need for their trip to the distant mountain. Early the next morning, Abraham and Isaac began their walk together, hand in hand. They walked side by side, their silhouettes gentle against the rising sun. The sun shone gently on their path, casting a warm glow over the desert landscape. Soft, peaceful music played in the background as they journeyed onward. Abraham and Isaac shared loving moments, talking and laughing softly along the way. They carried wood for a fire, ready to worship God on the mountaintop. As they continued their walk, Isaac, with innocent curiosity, looked up at his father. "Father," Isaac asked, his voice clear, "we have the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the offering that we will give to God?" he wondered. Abraham looked at his son with thoughtful, kind eyes, full of deep faith and love. He calmly replied, his voice gentle, "My son, God himself will provide the lamb. God will provide the lamb for the offering." Abraham reassured him, trusting completely. Abraham's heart was full of unwavering trust, knowing that God always takes care of them. They continued their journey, steadily climbing higher and higher up the mountain. Finally, they reached the very top of the mountain, a quiet and sacred place. Abraham built a small altar there, carefully arranging the stones as God had instructed him. He gently placed the wood upon the altar, preparing everything with great care and reverence. As Abraham showed his deep obedience and trust in God, something truly wonderful happened. Just as he was about to proceed, a kind angel from heaven called out with a gentle voice, "Abraham, Abraham, stop," the angel said, his voice reassuring and clear. Abraham looked up, his heart immediately filled with immense relief and gratitude. He turned his head and saw a ram, a male sheep, caught by its horns in a nearby bush. God had indeed provided exactly what they needed, just as Abraham had believed all along. Abraham took the ram from the bush and offered it to God instead of his son, Isaac. Their faces were now filled with pure joy and profound thankfulness, knowing God's great love. God was pleased with Abraham's extraordinary faith and his loving obedience. Abraham and Isaac embraced each other in a warm, loving hug, full of emotion. The sunlight shone brightly around them, making the moment feel even more special and blessed. God spoke to Abraham again, repeating his wonderful promise of blessing and abundance. He promised that Abraham's family would grow to be as numerous as the stars in the sky, and as countless as the grains of sand found on the seashore. God promised to bless Abraham and his family because of his great faith and trust. This beautiful story teaches us a profound lesson about trust and God's faithfulness. Abraham trusted God completely, even when things seemed difficult and uncertain, and God always keeps his promises, providing for us in amazing and unexpected ways. Just like he provided for Abraham and Isaac on that sacred mountain, we can always trust God, knowing that he loves us deeply and cares for us always. He is always there to guide us, to protect us, and to provide what we truly need. The sun began to set peacefully as Abraham and Isaac walked home together. Their hearts were full of peace, gratitude, and renewed faith in God. They knew in their hearts that God was good and that his love was forever. And so, the story of Abraham and Isaac gently reminds us all to have faith and to believe in God's wonderful and perfect plans for our lives, because God is always faithful, and he always keeps his promises without fail. He is our provider, our protector, and our loving Father. We can rest in his care, knowing he will always be there. Trust God. He provides, always. voice, a beautiful lesson for every heart.